Hey guys, Alan Sarge. I can't help but laugh. I was just watching a press conference with Merrick Garland, the little Weasley. I don't know. He's kind of like looks like he was grubbed right out of Dr. Fauci's ass. The little Weasley dude that Mitch McConnell blocked from being a Supreme Court justice. Thank God. Mitch McConnell doesn't do a lot I agree with, but on that one, he gets a gold star and a cup of coffee. That's to you, Mitch. Anyway, during his press conference, he's talking about this newly formed anti-domestic terrorism unit. And he's talking about, based on their information, that the biggest threat to domestic terrorism in America right now is those who believe or espouse white supremacy. Wow. Look, there are white supremacists in America. There are. But you look around at the greatest threat to America right now. You've got Black Lives Matter burning cities. You've got Antifa burning cities. You have street gangs, predominantly black and Hispanic street gangs, terrorizing neighborhoods. And they want to consider a few inbred assholes who want to shave their heads and wear some bullshit swastika tattoos to be a threat. It's not about that. All this shit is about Donald Trump. They say, well, the majority of America voted for Joe Biden. Look, nowhere in America is a so-called 81 million, a majority of 320 plus million. Come on. They're doing AOC math. I understand that. But white supremacy is the biggest threat in domestic terrorism in America right now. Now, for all you black Trump supporters, sorry, you're being left out of this one. You're not even being acknowledged. I guess they account you as I don't know. I just don't know. But you're not being quantified into this equation at all. White supremacy is the greatest domestic terrorism threat in America. It's not just Merrick Garland who's spitting this nonsense, who's trying to stir this fear to farther divide America. You can go on to any of the mainstream media programs right now, and their echo chamber is very well coordinated with this whole white supremacy bullshit. Seriously, even Eric Kunta Adams, the new mayor of New York. Now, before you start screaming at me about calling him Eric Kunta Adams, you need to go watch. 5 months ago, he did an interview on Hot 97. I guess it's a radio show there in New York, which caters primarily, I'm assuming, to black audience. He compared himself to Kunta Kinte. He did that himself. So that's the basis. You want to hate, go hate him for making the comparison. But at any rate, even Eric Kunta Adams said that he was hiring his brother as his head of security because of white supremacy in New York. It's the boogeyman in the room, guys. It's the boogeyman in the room. Where are the white voices? It amazes me. It truly amazes me. If you watch the mainstream media, watch YouTube. of the shootings and the drive-by shootings in the cities and the mass shootings in the cities. I don't see no hood-wearing Klan members walking through Harlem killing people, or the inner cities of Chicago murdering hundreds a year. I'm not seeing that. That's not the picture I'm getting. So Merrick Garland is going to carry Joe Biden's water. It was obvious he was going to from the start. But now you see why he was not put on the Supreme Court. Absolutely not put on the Supreme Court. He should never be on the Supreme Court. Period. So, according to this new domestic terrorism unit, if you question whether or not the election was fraudulent or that Trump can be reinstated, you're a domestic terrorist. If you disagree with the government and you vocalize it, you can be considered a domestic terrorist. So before you go on social media calling Joe Biden an illegitimate president, or if you go on social media talking about why after a year has none of the January 6th defendants been charged with terrorism, several of them have pled guilty to parading those Mansonistic criminals or trespassing. But none of them have been charged with terrorism. And as we've covered, there's several who are there who are simply being swept under the rug for some unknown reason. And cities continue to burn. But if you question the government, you're considered a domestic terrorist. White supremacy, the biggest threat to domestic terrorism in America. As always, that's just my opinion. You can take it with a grain of salt. This is Helen Sarge. I'm out.